Hello there and a very warm welcome to another edition of Channels Beam. I'm Victor Matthias. Now, several decades after the amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorates in 1914 by Lord Lugard and 57 years of the nation's independence, there are still strong and persistent agitations by some interest groups in the polity demanding the restructuring of the existing political arrangement. This, they say, should be done if the country must remain an indivisible and indissoluble entity. Among those calling for this are the former Vice President Adekoya Abubakar, former military head of state Ibrahim Babangida, among others. And that will be our focus on the program today. But before then, we are now joined by public affairs analyst Boladale Adekoya to review the online trending topics in the past week. Well, thank you for joining us, Boladale.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course. So let's look at the trending topics. I mean, it's been an eventful week on social media, online. But what, for you, what caught the attention of most online users?
Well, I think for the last week, it has been a very busy one. We had the issue of of course, it's still a recurring issue, the issue of the school children that were kidnapped, and it's been over a month now. We had the issue of the presidential jet that is parked, running and awaiting the arrival of the president in London. Okay. We also had the issue of the now court group. They call themselves Bado boys in Ikorodu, terrorizing Ikorodu. Okay. They are widely known to wipe out an entire family when they want to take a reprisal attack. So we have tons of issues such nature that is devastating, and nothing has really been done about it.
All right, so let's take a look at this items that you talked about one after the other. First of all, let's begin with the Ekpe school children. What were people saying about that incident?
Yeah, the issue of the Ekpe is a very saddening one, because up till now it's been over a month, and the children have not still been rescued. The parents have been agitating. They've gone to the state government house. They've made protests. But it shows it's something that is really saddening for Lagos as a state that prides itself as a flagship state in Nigeria, and with the billions of dollars that have been spent into security apparatus procurement. It is unfortunate that the state government is still not able to pinpoint where these children are. And we've been having rumors of ransom being demanded. That has been called down. Sometimes it was negotiated. And there were cases that the parents said they paid some amount of money out of the ransom, but all of a sudden the kidnappers decided to cut any means of communication with them. And up till now, it's still in the stalemate. And if you want to look at it from the emotional angle now, as a parent, how do you feel when you don't know the status of your ward? Are they dead or alive? And we are talking about children within the age range of 9 to around 12, 15. So it's really unfortunate. And presently, we've been having stories from the police. We've been having press releases from the police talking about what they've been doing.
I was just going to ask you what the police have
what they've been doing. But you see, at this point in time, it is not about what the police says they are doing. People don't buy into words. People buy into action. Until those children are rescued, no amount of press releases, no amount of press conferences can comfort them, and that is really, really important. All
right. So from one security issue to the other, you talked about you mentioned the Bado group in Ikorodu.
Yeah, the Bado boys in Ikorodu is another burning issue.
What are people saying about this?
I think day before yesterday, the traditional council in Ikorodu had a meeting. Then after that, also the OPC also had a meeting with the security, with the police, and they said they were working on strategies to apprehend these boys. It's unfortunate because if you look at Ikorodu as a whole, Ikorodu is a very populated area, especially for people that live in Ikorodu because of the minimal cost of housing in Ikorodu and works on the mainland or work on the island now. So they are majorly Lagosians, and if the security and lives of these people cannot be protected, definitely I see no reason why they should feel any comfort. To a large extent, I ask questions, and I think it's important that we also make queries as well. How come some group of guys can go to a house, kill the father, the mother, and the children?
Wipe out the family.
Wipe out the entire family, and none of them were apprehended. Fine. Yesterday, there were issues of 2 or 3 of the guys of alleged members were caught, and they were given jungle justice. That means they were killed on the spot. But we have to go through a normal. You can't just pick any random person on the road and tell you, oh, maybe this person looks like someone that should belong to a cult group, and you apprehend the person that you give them a jungle justice. It is not done anywhere in the world. I think the most important thing is for the police to be up and doing. I expect proper intelligence gathering to have taken place even before now. It seems that when it now becomes a trending issue, becomes a public issue, that is when the police now see a sense of urgency to work. Because this is not the first time they've been doing this. They've been terrorizing Ikorodu for the past 1 year, and the police has not done nothing about it. So all of a sudden, because it now becomes a overblown issue, they are moving is not done.
All right. So the other one you talked about is the Air Force One, the presidential jet. What were people saying about that one?
Yeah,
that made it a trending topic.
Yeah, the presidential jet is really an interesting topic. We've seen the BBC, we've seen quotes from all the media outlets, and then China has also had brought up quotes from it. Is one that we might not really be able to pinpoint because of the lack of information. What is really happening there? They said this protocol that the presidential jets, the Air Force One, the Nigeria Air Force now has to be waiting in London to stand by to pick up the president whenever he's ready to come home. That is good, but another issue is the economic angle also. How much are we paying? Every day the presidential jet is in London. We've been having the disparities between £400 to £300 to £200 per day. Some are even saying it's around £4,000. Some are saying it's around £1,000. Now, what the presidency is saying is this: that they have a discount,
a waiver,
sort of a waiver, that instead of them paying a particular amount of money, they have a reduced amount. Fine, if you are having that, notwithstanding, how much is Nigeria paying? We want to have it in Naira and Kobo. You are giving us how much we are giving an estimated of how much you are paying. The money is coming from us. It's coming from our purse. We need to know. And secondly is this: why do we still have the president in London if his situation has worsened to a stage where he's not back after 50 days? Should he still continue to remain the president? Because, I'm going to be very frank with you pragmatically, the acting president is only an acting president entitled. When it comes to infunction of office, he might not be able to function appropriately as a president, because most of the appointees, most of the aides will be drawn between loyalties, who to give their loyalties to. Is it the acting president or...
Do you work in the presidency?
No, I don't work in the presidency.
So how did you know all of this?
But I'm a political affairs analyst. I will tell you what is played in corridors of power. If an aide that is appointed by the president might not necessarily take orders or act on the instruction of the acting president, because his loyalty first is to the person that appoints him. So these are issues that comes up, and why and Nigerians have been agitating also when the issue of the president jet came up also. If the president is not fit to continue as the president, let him remain, let him send a letter to the House or to the National Assembly, resigning his office, and let us focus on the development of Nigeria.
Well, I guess that's part of what formed that fueled that discussion to become a trend in the past week. But then the other issue that came, I think that's another topic for another day, but then let's just hold it here. And that's where it is. We'll take a quick break, of course. Thanks for joining us on the program, and we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.